I cannot believe we are at our last presentation for 2023. So let's get into it. It's crazy. So our final presenter today is Darren Kattan, CEO of ImmyBot. So Darren co-founded the company as an extension of Immense Networks, a venture he started with Bret Esquivel, his longtime friend since the 7th grade. That is so sweet. I did not know that nugget. So as our final presenter today, take it away. Bring us home.
All right, let's do this thing. Okay, we're here to talk about setting up computers. Let me get out the gate. What is our ask here? The ask is $400 a month. You can set up unlimited new computers. It's month to month, cancel anytime. The idea here is we're trying to get our foot in the door. ImmyBot is insanely capable, and you're going to see momentarily. I'm going to just kind of give you a quick visual. This is how ImmyBot sets a computer up. It goes through, it looks at everything that you have assigned to your customers, which could come from agreements in your PSA. It reaches out to Microsoft to figure out what licensing needs to be on machines, and it configures the software that it sets up. I'm focused on new computers because it's a very time-consuming process, and let's face it, it should be a solved problem by now, right? Let's do the easy stuff right. Let's get new computers set up for our customers correctly in 2024, and let me help you. Okay, what makes ImmyBot different? We're not owned by Kaseya. What makes us different is one, we work with your RMM, we work with your PSA. So this isn't a situation where I'm telling you, hey, you've got to go and rip out this other thing. I keep the price low and I say, you could get this one problem solved. We're going to install that RMM agent for you. We're going to install the appropriate threat locker or Sentinel-1 or whatever for you. We've got API integrations with all of those tools, and the configuration is minimal. And in summary, with that, we use it ourselves, right? We built this out of necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. And when I went to Automation Nation in 2016 and realized that everyone was using their RMMs to literally build the same thing, it was like, okay, this needs to be centralized. And that's what we did. So instead of selling you a bucket of Legos to build out all of these scripts yourself, well, we build it for you. We maintain this massive catalog, and we have, I think today, over 1,088 different pieces of software that we support. The video that we have running in the background is a more comprehensive view of what it is that ImmyBot does, and I've got some annotations here pointing out that we're not only going to install your VPN client, but we're going to configure it for you, because it's worthless to install a VPN if you don't actually plug in the profile, right? Things like that. If you have QuickBooks, we're going to plug the license in for you. We can update QuickBooks. You don't have to give people a local admin. So that's sort of like the idea, right? Like, we want to be your like next gen sort of automation tool. So moving on from here, the thing you really need to think about when you're saying, oh, well, my RMM can do this or Intune can do this. Well, yeah, maybe you can make it do that, but are you paying your automation guys to write the same scripts as the MSP down the street? And can you get a leg up on them by using something like ImmyBot that is truly next gen, right? So stop buying Legos. We're all building the same thing. And Intune is never going to be able to install Threat Locker because your customer pays you for Threat Locker, right? We've got that sort of tie-in. We understand how the MSP industry works. Credibility piece. Okay, launched in 2020. You can see our growth rate here. As of today, we have 544 MSPs. We're not VC or PE backed. We're profitable, and our customer size ranges from 100 to 30,000 endpoints. I've got some quotes here from some of we have a fanatical customer base. I mean, if you get into our Discord channel, it's insane. But here are some of my favorite quotes that people have shared. When they have to go back to their old tools to do things. I mean, it's you're living in a different world, So our roadmap, we're doing Azure AD migrations now. I replaced ProfWiz. The guy pissed me off, so I made my own. That's just built in. So if you're trying to get those servers out of the closet, get rid of that domain controller, you run that with IMMY, and on Monday morning, the user logs in and all their stuff's there. and they have no idea that you migrated them to Azure AD. Remote control is currently in preview, so you can actually remote into computers using ImmyBot now. You don't need to use the Screen Connect tie-in if you don't want to. New user provisioning and licensing is on the roadmap. We're going to be allowing you to autopilot directly to ImmyBot. We're going to essentially replace Intune. That's kind of my end game, is to sell this to Microsoft as what Intune should have been, as like an alternative for partners. And offboarding support. You're getting you're decommissioning a computer. We're going to reach into SentinelOne. We're going to reach in your API. We're going to retire those agents for you, so you're not continuously paying for those licenses. We're going to update agreements for you as you offboard machines, and we're finally, big thing, allow customers to log in and do self-service tasks themselves. I need this optional software, kind of like the SCCM app catalog. That's where we're going with that. So, call to action. Here's your New Year's resolution. Automate computer setups. I want you to send an email to your greenest tech. Do not put me on the phone with your nerdiest guy who knows PowerShell. I love to talk to him, but if I can turn your brand new tech into a rock star and he can start churning out a dozen machines a day on the bench because of this ImmyBot thing he spent a week working on, that's a bigger value add to you. And then I'll nerd out with the PowerShell guy you've got later. All right. I just know how this goes down. Get that guy to go sign up for the trial of ImmyBot. Let him own it. Don't try to do it yourself, and let him do it, and you'll see the value. Let him pitch it to you. All right. I think that's it. Oh yeah, that's me and Bret. We back in 7th grade when we started this whole thing. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm done.
Awesome. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
I love the photo. That's a nice touch.